Picture this. You just finished a long hike through Sedona's stunning red rocks. The sun's starting to dip and you're starving. If you could eat anything in the world, what would it be? Here in the high desert, nestled between the red rocks, there's a restaurant serving dry-aged steaks with views so incredible they'll make you wonder why you needed to hike that mountain in the first place. But could a restaurant with views this good have food to match? Today we're trying the Hudson.
We are spending the next few days in beautiful Sedona, Arizona, and of course we're exploring a bit more of the food scene than the hiking. Clearly we're bigger eaters than hikers, but to be fair, New York City isn't exactly known for its hiking scene, and some of the restaurants here have breathtaking views of their own. Oh God, I'm out of breath already. There seem to be two restaurants that people argue are the best in town. Locals, correct us in the comments if I'm wrong, but from what I found online, those are Mariposa and the Hudson. So instead of having to choose, we just decided to do both. What a great way to start the day. We got here at 6:30 and we're one of the first people up to the bridge. There was only a couple people in line to take pictures ahead of us. We heard the line for pictures can get over an hour long, but that definitely wasn't our experience at all. But we worked up some appetite. Good thing we have a lot of amazing restaurants coming up in the next few days. We were originally going to go to a steakhouse called Broome Orchard. It's relatively new, and I believe it's from the former owners of the Hudson. And we were going to go primarily because they have a 90-day dry-aged ribeye on the menu. But after our experience at Grill 23, I've been pretty skeptical of anywhere that has a steak dry-aged an abnormally long amount of time. And I think my skepticism might have been right. There's a review of someone basically saying they didn't think the steak was dry-aged. Alex said it wasn't on the online menu at the time, but it's on the online menu now. And the restaurant responded to his review saying it was definitely dry-aged. I called to ask if they still had the 90-day dry-aged ribeye, and they said they no longer have any dry-aged steaks. I told them it was still on the online menu, but that was a few weeks ago and it's still on it now. But based on that mess, I think the Hudson is the only place to get a dry-aged steak in Sedona. If you know of any other spots, definitely let us know. Or if you've ever been to Broome Orchard, we would love to know what your experience was like.
Their view also looks beautiful, so maybe we'll try that on our next trip. But tonight we're heading to the Hudson.
There are some menus where you could just blindly point and be pretty happy with anything you land on, and this is one of those for me. It's jam-packed with comfort food. Chicken pot pie, sliders, wings. They have an entire bruschetta section, some interesting sandwich options, mushroom, swordfish, tuna, a bison burger. All of those look great. The steak menu is a little limited, although they don't consider themselves a steakhouse, so they do have all the essentials. And then the mains, I mean, prickly pear ribs and butternut squash ravioli. These aren't your average bar menu items. And we've heard the corn chowder is incredible. I mean, it literally says it's famous right on the menu, so I think we have to start with that. This landscape is truly spectacular, and with the help of today's sponsor, you can get one step closer to booking a trip of your own. BILT Rewards is a loyalty program that transforms your rent payments into valuable points. We spend more on rent than travel or food, so why not earn points on our largest monthly expense? Even if you're not a renter, you can still earn points on everyday spending like travel, dining, and other categories around your neighborhood. All you have to do is link a credit card to your BILT account, and you'll start earning BILT points on top of your credit card points. So even if you're not a renter, BILT is still a no-brainer. BILT points are the industry's most valuable and flexible points according to the Points Guy. You can transfer them to major airlines and hotels, or even use them towards your rent. With partners like United, Hilton, and Lyft, you can turn your rent into a stunning trip to the desert like we did. BILT is totally free to join, and you don't even need to open a credit card. Sign up using the QR code right here or the link in the description so they know we sent you. If you're already paying for rent every month, don't let those points go to waste. Sign up for BILT today and start turning your rent into rewards. We're starting with Chef Jeff's famous corn chowder that comes with fire roasted peppers. I didn't realize this was such a big thing out here, but we've already seen it on a few menus, so I'm very excited to give it a try. Wait, that is fantastic. A little subtle corn flavor, kind of tastes like chili. You can probably hear my nose. It's a little spicy. It's making my sinuses run a little bit. It's creamy and buttery, but not all that heavy like a typical chowder would be.
That is so good. It doesn't have too strong of a corn flavor, and I also like how it's not super creamy. It's so flavorful. So it kind of seems like a chili and a fajita like mixed together, if that makes sense.
This is the sweet corn bruschetta, which comes with goat cheese, sweetie peppers, cilantro aioli, cotija cheese, and chili powder. You get that little bit of like char and sweetness from the roasted corn, and so much creaminess from the goat cheese. I love goat cheese. And that is like the most prominent flavor in this. The cilantro adds a bit of like an herby freshness, and the cotija cheese is just salty and adds even another level of cream. I would never think to put cotija cheese and goat cheese together, but it works perfectly here. I didn't get this big pepper, so it doesn't really have too much of a spice to it. I mean, it's toasted the perfect amount. You don't get caught up on that bread at all, and it doesn't like cut up your mouth. It is just so soft, but perfectly toasted. It seems super fresh.
That cotija cheese mixed with the goat cheese is amazing. It is the perfect complement with the corn, and you were so right about the bread. The whole thing is just like way more soft and mushy, but like in the most perfect way. The flavors are amazing.
Yeah, that thing is to die.
I could probably eat like 10 of these.
I could eat a whole loaf of that, a whole baguette of it. We had a really hard time deciding on mains. Obviously, we knew we had to get the steak, but we were between so many things. They said the chicken pot pie is their most popular by far, but it's like 85 degrees and still sunny right now. So we decided to go with this butternut squash ravioli that comes with spaghetti vegetables, garlic cream sauce, pecans, and crispy sage. Let's give it a try. Every fall, we just get on such a butternut squash kick. So this is really like right up our alley. I kind of want to get all of this. I'm curious about this crispy sage. I was really not expecting the sauce to remind me so much of like an Alfredo sauce. And I feel like it's kind of interesting with all of these like strong fall flavors that you're getting from like the butternut squash and the pecans. The whole thing is very like nutty and earthy, but a little bit sweet. It doesn't really taste like any of those typical Italian flavors. The raviolis are cooked perfectly too. They just melt in your mouth.
I always love butternut squash, but especially in the fall, I just get obsessed with it. So I had to order this.
It's a shame it's like the only time they sell it because it's delicious.
I know. You only see it in the grocery store in the fall. It's such a shame. So I actually feel like the fall flavors are a little subdued here. I taste more of those like leafy greens, the carrots, and the Alfredo. I guess like the aftertaste is more butternut squash.
I feel like a butternut squash or like a pumpkin puree type of sauce would really change this dish a lot.
I think the Alfredo sauce almost like takes away from the butternut squash, because it's a very subtle flavor, and I kind of would love it to be like in my face because I love butternut squash. But maybe that's just me. It's really good.
Yeah, it's like delicious. It's just not what you would expect, I think.
Just not very squash forward.
Time for the main event, the 20-ounce prime dry-aged bone-in ribeye, which comes with herb butter, whipped potatoes, and seasonal vegetables. Our waiter said it's dry-aged for 30 days in-house. We ordered it medium rare. And I don't know, it looks like a perfect medium rare to me.
Yeah.
Let's give it a try. I need one more bite just to get a solid opinion. Yep, so good. The meat is so flavorful from the dry aging. It definitely tastes like a 30-day dry aged steak. I feel like we've had some extreme dry aging where you really taste that like unique, umami, earthy, funky, like sort of like blue cheesy flavors. And this isn't like that, but it definitely has a little bit of that dry aged flavor. And if you've never had a dry aged steak before, it's a great like initiation to the dry aged flavor. It's super tender, cooked absolutely perfectly. And most of the time I don't like when my steak comes topped with like some sort of butter or whatever, but the herb butter really complements the flavors perfectly. They didn't put like a massive dollop of it or anything on there. Like it's a good amount. I don't know, I actually like it a lot.
It's also on the potatoes, which is nice.
I'm excited to try that. That's gonna be good.
I feel like everything's just gonna go together really nice. Has great flavor. Yeah, it definitely doesn't have a crust. I really love it with the butter. I agree with you. I feel like normally when there's a sauce on top, it's like a little bit overpowering, but this one complements perfectly. My first piece was from the center, so let's try a piece at the end. Ooh, yeah. That's actually crazy. It is so funky, still so tender. It definitely has a little bit of a chew and crunch to it. Really good. For dessert, we decided on the Deconstructed banana cream pie, which has a graham cracker crust, candied pecans, sliced bananas, whipped cream, and some strawberries. Let's give it a try. I'm gonna make sure I get a little bit of everything. Wow.
That backdrop is stunning.
That is so good. I love the crunch from the candied pecans and the graham cracker. Everything works together perfectly. I also love the nuttiness. The whipped cream is so thick and creamy. It seems like definitely homemade.
In between us trying this, they've come around and turned on all of these heat lamps. It's crazy how quickly the temperature changes out here in the desert, but I love banana desserts. So when he said this was their most popular, it was music to my ears. Let's give it a try. It's sweet, it's extra sweet from the pecans, has a great crunch from the graham cracker and the pecans. Hard to go wrong. It's basically just like a banana pudding with pecans on top. And honestly, pretty light. Every time we go to these steakhouses and you finish your meal with like a chocolate lava cake type of dessert, I'm like, ugh, do I really want to finish this? When it comes to these things, I don't want to put my spoon down. It's like, geez. Maybe we should have ordered the lava cake and that way I would have tapped out. Well, the view was fantastic. The food was honestly better than I expected. They have some really unique dishes and I loved that steak. The service was great. Our server was amazing, but I would say the hostess was really quite rude. I don't know what was going on with that. But other than that, we had a great experience. We would love to know what you think of it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and we'll see you in the next one.